Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
Good morning, Chef Michael. How are you?
Very good. Good morning.
This is Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
You're awfully low-key.
That was that great meal I had at Nan's last night.
Oh, my
That's
gosh.
what it was.
Was that amazing?
Unbelievable. Nan and Brad, what a
I
beautiful...
know. Nan from White House Black Market.
What a great job we did there. Her daughter...
I know.
Absolutely cooked phenomenal.
No, wasn't that amazing? Jillian.
She made an artichoke dip.
Oh,
with a Parmesan cheese
so good.
blended. It was so good. And then tortellinis and with a shrimp. It really was really
I know,
really
and she
nice.
said it was pretty simple to make. You know, she said you just put the artichoke hearts in, and you put some mayonnaise and some garlic and what else?
And
something else.
I don't know.
A little something else. And you blend it all up, and you put it in this dish. Do you bake it? Do you bake it or something?
Yeah, you bake it. We put the Parmesan cheese on top because that's what made it a little bit crispy. And not see the Grossos were there with Lisa and Carl. They were drinking and eating and having a great time. And Eddie and Sue
and the
was
Murphys
there.
were there.
The Murphys, they were there. I tell you,
and the Davises were there.
Right. Yeah, Davis. Who's that?
Evan Davis.
Oh, yeah.
And Sandy Davis.
He's a Scrooge.
A Scrooge?
Yeah, he's a Scrooge.
Oh, come
that
on.
guy don't like nothing.
You know who else was there?
What?
You know, your nephew.
Yes, that was nice to see him.
I know,
After 30,
Ricky.
He was a foster
and
child.
And Brandy.
Foster child that I brought into my life.
I know,
at the
they
age
came
of
out
14
from
years
Florida to visit.
And
oh, my
I
gosh.
haven't seen him in almost 30 years.
I know.
And that was so nice to have him spend a day with us. He stayed over last night. I made him breakfast this morning.
I know. And you took him to the airport. I know. I wasn't sure if you were going to make it here.
It was great. I had a great time. It really was a lot of fun to see the kid, and it was nice to see, him be successful.
And they've got 3 kids.
And he named his child.
Adorable.
He named his son after me. His first son named him Michael. But
Uncle Michael.
He called the kid Uncle Mike. So how would you like to grow up and your name is Uncle Mike Testanos? That was his name, Uncle Mike.
Hey, look, what is this right here? It is a Sony reader.
Oh, yeah.
And, on Saturday, we were at Gene Woods, and we were out there in the go-karts, and we were racing. As a matter of fact, did you post some photos up this weekend, John?
Did you do it? This afternoon, John Stiles.
You got video and photos?
Yep.
Well, we had some friends of ours out there. Alex Yanko was out there.
Oh, my buddy Alex Yanko.
And so he sent us a couple photos of us in the go-karts, and we were so cute in our helmets and everything. But they had a raffle, and it was to help out. It was to help out, for bullying. And it was a race to save a life. Yes, and it was on Pit Road Racing presented this. And Diana Fox and also Mike, otherwise known as Boxcar.
Not Boxcar.
Road Car. Box Road.
Box Road. Bobcat.
Bobcat. And also... What's his other name? He's got another name over on... Yeah, Gas Man. He's known as all kinds of things. But, we're also devoted to helping out with bullying. There's so much of it going on right now, and it's just such a massive thing because, these kids are starting out as children. They're starting out with cell phones and online as they're growing up with this, and so anytime that something is said about them online, it feels like it is the world. The world knows about it, and I think that's why it becomes so overwhelming for them. And sometimes they just can't take it. They think that it's the end of the world, and unfortunately, folks, it's not. It's not. We all go through our ups and downs, and we've got to try to get this across to our children. That there is more to life than just this online stuff and Facebooking and things like that. That it's more important to do real face to face. Being with your friends and your family, and I think families need to work with their children and be close to them. Who's on the phone?
I got a good friend of mine named Jimmy. Jimmy with the hairdresser. Bob. It's Jimmy Massey, Bob Massey's brother. I go back 30 years with this guy.
He's on the phone?
I had him call. I said, Jimmy, I want you on the show. He's got one of the best hairdressing places. Jimmy, I want you to know there's almost 100,000 listeners. So I called you. You're on the air. Jimmy, how are you, buddy?
Hello? Jimmy, are you there?
Is he there, Jimmy?
Call back, Jimmy.
Back. See if we give him a call. See if we can get him back on the air
Michael,
again.
While we're waiting for Jimmy to call back, I was at Smith's the other day, and I was walking down the aisle, and I was trying to find what is it called? It's I forgot what it was now. I couldn't figure out how to say it.
Homemade raviolis.
No, it's quinoa. Quinoa. I couldn't figure out how to say it. So this lady was walking down the aisle, and I had been going up and down the aisles trying to find it, and I had a big shopping cart full of vegetables and fruits because we've been doing some juicing, and Stephanie Wynn had given me these recipes for all these juicing recipes, and so I asked this lady. She was there. Her name is Diane Granados, and she had just moved here from Massachusetts.
Oh my God.
And she said, yeah, I just moved here, and as a matter of fact, I'm looking for a job. So she's looking for secretarial work, and I said, well, send me your resume, and I'm going to let people.
Job place?
No, she was the nicest lady.
All right.
Yes, I'm going to let people know. So if somebody out there is looking for a secretary to help them out with some extra work, give me a call, and I've got this lady's information here. Her name is Diane Granados, and she's a wonderful lady, and she's got a lot of experience with secretarial work, and so if you're looking for somebody to help you out, give me a call, 702-348-5707, 702-348-5707, and I will give you her number and, try to connect her up with somebody.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that nice? Well, we're here to help mentor people and to help put people together. As a matter of fact, Alex Yanko, who's one of our good friends and one of our sponsors on the show, and also out there trying to find us a supper club with the help of a lot of his friends out there. He is a builder, and he also does a lot of other things. Is he back on the phone?
That was the voice. Anyway, that was Jimmy Massey. Anyway, he must have been tied up.
So Alex Yanko also is a mentor to other people.
Get Alex on the phone. I want to talk to him.
I know, Alex. We got to get you on the phone. Give us a call. So Alex Yanko is out there, and he has a group called Higher Power Living, and he's out there feeding the people, on a weekly basis. He also is helping seniors that need help, need something done around the house, and he's also helping kids, that need things, and like he gives bikes and backpacks and stuff like that. And he's also just a good all-around guy, and he builds and he renovates and builds from the ground up. So he's a great guy to know. And so if you need anybody to build a great house for you, give us a call. Alex Yanko.
Call my buddy.
Yeah.
You're going
to give him a call?
Yeah, let's call him on the air.
Michael, I was, we've been talking a lot, we were talking last night, about relationships and things. And, a lot of times in relationships, we go out, we start out in life, we grow up, we go to school, we're taught about, being strong and independent as men and women. Men go out and they get a job, and women, they go out, we all go to school, and we go out and we get a job. And then, we want to find a relationship, and we want to have a partner in life, and then we, sometimes, we go out and we try to meet somebody and find that perfect mate. And then sometimes when we get in relationships, we kind of get ourselves lost in a relationship, and it's kind of a challenge, to kind of keep your own identity and to find the right relationship, because sometimes you think you've got the right relationship, and then you really don't. And you and I were talking about that the other day. Like you were in a relationship for 26 years,
25,
mm-hmm. And and there were a lot of good things in your relationship.
Yep.
Right? And then, you went on, and then you found out, as you look back on that relationship, you see that, there were some challenges in that one. And then you go on and you grow out of, once you leave a relationship, and then you hope that you grow and you learn and you go on to a new relationship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes, I don't know where you're going with this.
No, the question was funny. We're laying in bed, and I'm saying, guys don't leave their wives, okay, for another broad, because the guy's laying there and he said, let me ask you a question. Why'd you leave your wife? Well, my girlfriend, she makes a souffle like you wouldn't believe, She rolls her meatballs are like, so that's why you left your wife? Yeah, like I cheated on her. I tried my best every time we got together and I cooked. My wife, she just couldn't make that roast, but my girlfriend can make a roast, and so that's why you left your wife. It's funny, we start laughing. People do not leave their or cheat on their wives to go out with another girl. You don't go to chicken.
She's a better cook.
She's a better cook. You don't go to Chicken Ranch or go on. No, you don't go to Chicken Ranch to go find a girl that can make a souffle. You know, there's a whole different, and that's why guys cheat. So and I said this for years, you got to be good in every room, not just in one. And it's sad, Sandy, because these young guys today, 25, 30 years old, they go out. And I used to work at there was a time that I ran playing in Hollywood, and I used to work up, in the booths up there.
Right.
And in the evenings. And girls would come in gorgeous, short dresses, black low-cut tops, high heel shoes. These broads were absolutely
stunning.
Stunning.
Yep.
And guys would look at these girls and go, oh, my God, if I had that girl. And it was sad because what they were looking at, it was not them. It was a certain area of their anatomy that they seen that they wanted.
Right.
And that's what this generation became. And it's not the person itself. And I want to tell you something for those that are listening out there, because we have the demographics from 21 years old to 121 years old. All right, we got people. And I'm telling you something. It's when you say, well, we're the number one show, this is a talk show, radio show. There's a lot of good quality stuff that they have on KLV, but not like this, because it's entertainment, it's singing, it's something a little bit different, like our show that we're going to put on, the TV show. It's going to be great, and it's going to be, because it's different. Years ago, I used to turn around, Stan, and I would put on Merv Griffin in the afternoon.
Right, right.
Or I put Mike Douglas on. There's no shows anymore. What you got is The Voice, you got the X Factor, and you know what I mean? And one thing about, the Merv Griffin, one thing about even all these talent shows like Major Bo. Major Bo. I'm going back. John's shaking his head.
I don't remember that.
That was 100 years ago. That was a radio show where people came on, and we would have a radio show and people would sing. They would listen. Okay. Then you had what was the other guy's name? The Geritol. Oh, it's the.
I remember Joe Delaney.
Joe Delaney's been dead for 250 years.
Yeah, well, I remember that a long time ago. Yeah.
No, not Gary Moore. Gary Ted Mack.
No, Ted Mack.
The Ted Mack Amateur Hour.
Amateur Hour. I remember hearing about that. Yes.
Right. Well, it was a TV show, and people came on. And one thing about the Ted Mack Amateur Hour, they weren't brutal like they are today, where they would buzz them.
They didn't get the hook and pull them off.
No, they would just do that, and people would call in, and some acts were good. It was funny. It's like the Gong Show. There was some great acts, believe it or not, that went on the Gong Show.
Oh yeah.
And
Murray Langston went on the Gong Show. Remember the unknown comic?
Well, the guy that ran it was an undercover CIA.
So what does this have to do with relationships?
The chariot back. No, I really went to left field.
Yeah, really. Well, listen, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show.
We just started.
With Chef Michael. And there is a point to this, and we're going to come back to this after we get back after a message from our sponsors.
Yeah, you got the point.
Yeah.
Shove it where the sun don't shine.
Santa baby.
This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Hi, Chef Michael.
How you doing? 731-1230.
That's right. Give us a call.
Yeah, I want to hear from somebody.
There's a couple of books I brought today, and the reason I brought them is I thought, I just wanted to talk about a couple things about relationships. And the reason I did is because, a lot of times throughout our lives, we go through changes in our lives, and we go through different relationships too. And, some of them are marriages, some of them are not. Some of them are relationships within our family, and some of them are in our lives with friends. Friends come in and out of our lives at different times in our lives. Sometimes family members come in and out of our lives during different times. Yep. And we were talking about that, with your nephew, adopted nephew, and while he was in last night. Foster son. And the thing of it is sometimes family members get estranged and they don't see each other for a long time, and then sometimes they come back into your lives, and sometimes they never do. And sometimes it's sad, and sometimes it's not. It just depends on how you look at it. And we're very fortunate, Michael, because we have a lot of extended family in our lives right now. And we were talking a little bit about
Dr. Perry.
We were talking a little bit about and as a matter of fact, Diana sent me a beautiful text this morning saying that she was going to be tuning into the show this morning, but also
send me a text.
But also she's going to be relaxing, and then it was a little gloomy down at Mazatlan today. But how much she's really been enjoying the time down there in Mazatlan, but also she's been missing her friends up here. And the thing about it is if we could have all of our friends in one location so we could see them all the time, that'd be great. But sometimes our friends or family are spread out, around the country. and we don't always get to see them every Sunday and have our Sunday dinners like we've been able to do. And we were talking last night about how, when I was living in LA, I was kind of out there by myself. I was out there for about 16 years, and I would come into Las Vegas, and then I would see my mom and my sisters, and my dad was up in San Francisco. I'd go up to San Francisco and visit them, and then I'd go visit my relatives up there. But I didn't have that weekend thing like that Sunday dinner. And when you and I got together, we started doing the Sunday dinner thing, and it's so nice to be able to get together. And I know one of the things that our friends enjoy about it, like Jimmy Molador, he said the same thing. Neil Colmenares, Diane and Dr. Perry,
they love a free meal.
Nan and Brad, their family, back east, the Italians growing up, she had that all the time. And then when they moved out here, they didn't have it as much, So it's really nice to have extended family.
Well, we're going back to Nan's.
We were there yesterday.
We're going back.
I
think it's December something. I think I can't remember the date of it.
Yeah,
She's and making the chicken livers. It's the Passover. It's something to do with the Jewish holiday.
And last year we went over to Evan Davis's and Sandy's, and we had dinner over there with them. And it's just nice, to get out and share our lives with our extended family. Anyway, as we're going through our lives and we go through different relationships, sometimes we actually are doing different things within each relationship. Like right now, what we're doing is we've been performing together, and there was a period of time where you weren't doing a lot of performing for the last couple of years.
20 years.
And now you're performing again. Right. You are playing the drums. You're singing.
But something,
and you're cooking.
It's funny
again.
And I got to use a boxing analogy. I didn't pick up a pair of drumsticks for 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years I didn't pick those sticks up. You know what I mean? And I'll use a boxing analogy. I went right back in the ring and never missed a beat. You know what I mean? Because God gave me a tremendous gift. Now, how long that energy will last, I don't know. But as it stands right now, like I said, some people like Jimmy will practice 55 hours a day. Me, I don't pick up I don't.
Well, you are a rare breed.
Yes, I am.
Because my dad practices all the time. I practice. A lot of people practice all the time, and you don't.
I don't. I can get up in the morning.
Practice. He just gets up and plays.
And plays. I get up in the morning and sing like the days of wine and roses.
Yeah.
The voice is there. The look is gone. Sad to say.
But you only know 3 songs.
That's all. The look is gone. You say, what do you mean the look is gone? When I hear myself sing, I see myself. If you go to YouTube and pull up Mike Leonetti, the Riviera, that's the look that I had. I was 40 years old. I was in the prime of my life. That's how I see myself on stage. But when I see myself today, I'm a 62-year-old guy. Could be looking shape, looking good-looking guy. Bottom line, I'm 62. You know what I mean? And what happened was today, people want to see younger people that have that visual appeal.
But Michael, when you play, though, you have younger people coming up to you.
Well, it's the energy that they feed off of.
Energy. And they don't see the age.
Right.
And that's the thing. I think when you're an artist and you're passionate about what you're doing, whether you're performing or you're painting or you're sculpting, that's what the young people are drawn to too, because they do not see Diana or Diane Fox. Oh, Diane Fox. Hi, Diane. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. But what I was saying, Diane, is as you just teamed up here with us, but I was saying how when an artist is passionate about what they're doing, like Joe Lay, he's a painter. People see that passion in you. They see that energy. They don't see that you're older, okay? They don't see that. You can be 98, years old, but when you're passionate about what you're doing and you're up there performing, look at George
Washington.
George Washington. He continued to do his craft until he was, until he left this earth, right. And that's the kind of energy that, you have, Michael, and that I have and other people have as artists. And I think it's so important to keep that in our lives. So, Diane, thank you so much for including us in that wonderful event on Saturday night. We had a blast.
We had a great time with you guys, and we just want to let you guys know that you have another extended family, and that is the racing community.
Thank you.
Alice Yanko just said to me, 60 is the new 40. Well, since you're listening in, Alex Yanko, give us a call.
Yeah.
We want to talk to you. There's something that we want to say with the 100,000 listeners that are there. Get your fingers out there, buddy, and call us at 731-1230.
Don't forget to dial 702 first.
702.
Yes.
So cool.
So
But the racing community just fell in love with Sandy Kastel and Chef Michael. So.
Really, somebody hit me. Now I know why your husband said there's no fights, and I didn't realize, because you could get out on that field and smack somebody around.
Listen, Diane got hit, and who hit her? It was her husband.
And then I get wedged by Ricky, that fat
Ricky
bastard,
Cash.
Ricky Cash. That fat bastard. He wedges me in the corner, and the guy came out and hollered at him and said, "Stop bumping people." You know.
Hey, listen, Diane, I got to ask you something though, because we didn't really, you guys said when we got there, all of a sudden it was like, team Vegas or Vegas Unwrapped, team, Sandy Kastel, team, and then Vegas Unwrapped, they came out and they had a ringer. They had a kid with them that's a professional.
Yeah, he was good.
Professional roundy round.
No.
He is too. He's a kid. He races on a regular basis.
Professional means you get paid for it.
Oh, he doesn't.
No, but he is an amateur. He is a amateur drag roundy round driver.
Well, I think that was
and
the
he
kid.
does this all the time.
Right.
And we were not told that we could recruit other drivers. This was just supposed to be
That's
us against each other.
Yeah, but that's okay, honey. It ain't no big deal.
But that was Ricky Cash and Aaron Phillips. That was their.
Yeah. Well, I said to that kid.
Yeah, but we didn't know we were racing against other people that were,
There was a young kid that hit me,
But he was a good,
I don't know who he was, and I said, "Son, how would you like to taste some shoe leather?" So what do you mean? I said, "If you hit me again, my foot's going to go up your ass, and you're going to taste that shoe leather real quick."
But he was a sweetheart. I asked him before the race. I said, "Can you give me some tips?" And he said, "Yeah, keep your foot on the gas, and just he said, don't brake, except if you have to go around. If you're going around the corner, brake before you get to the curve, not in the middle of the curve, because you don't want to swing yourself around." And I did not try to zip around, too fast.
Anyway, it was fun.
I maintained a steady pace around it.
We had a
and
good
I got bumped.
Yes, you did, because I was behind you and I kept trying to pass you, and it was like you had eyes in the back of your head because every time you would move, I would go try to pass you, and you would just kind of slide up and go like, "Oh no, I'm not letting you pass."
Yeah, but those kids got past me. They did, and everybody, and those were the ones that bumped me. But it was really interesting because those go-karts are really built well, and it's really not too bad because when they did bump me, it was like they just went right in between and they bumped me right over, but then I just slid to the right, and then one came on the right side,
If I never...
and then I just kind of was kind of cutting the corners, like not going way out on each corner,
Great.
Yeah,
it comes from
driving my Porsche.
I was watching
I lost
TV.
my
We were watching
thing
TV last night.
Yes, I was doing the Sunday drive, which was fun. I had a good time, but everybody was talking about you guys, said how awesome you and just down to earth you two were, and so we wanted to let you guys know that your extended family is now the racing community also.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
great. Thank you so much, Diane. We love you, and we thank you so much for calling.
Diane,
give your husband a kiss for us.
Yes.
I don't know. I lost you for a second there because my headphones came out disconnected. But what's the family's name that was out there last night or Saturday?
It was Jason and his family, Jason Lambrus.
Uh-huh.
Their daughter Haley, it'll be a year in December.
Mm-hmm.
She committed suicide. She was being bullied by a young fellow at her school. They had no idea. She seemed that everything was okay. They would ask her how school was. Everything was fine. And she did this, and I want to say it was December 13th or the 17th. I'm not really sure. But she did leave a note.
She did.
She did name the young man.
Oh.
So there's some things going on now with them and the school district and stuff. But we reached out to them. It's been about 6-7 months. We reached out to them, and they were in tears the other night. After they left, before they left, as they were leaving, and they had said that nobody's done anything for them like this since Haley's death. and they were just so grateful to everybody.
Well, you know what we're going to do, Di?
Everybody that came out.
We should invite them on our show, talk about what happened, try to have listeners out there. You know, because one thing about this show is it's not only entertainment, and but it's bringing awareness to people. It's bringing awareness to people. It's like what we do here. We try to bring happiness to somebody, and then sometimes things go wrong. You know, when you got a radio show and you got all these people listening every day, maybe we can make a change. Maybe we say something, or Sandy could say something that somebody could tell a neighbor if we can save a life, that's what it's all about. Like my father said, bullying, when I was a kid, get a baseball bat and split their head open. My father would say, we didn't have a problem with bullying in my neighborhood, because if I got bullied, I went back and I found out what happened. He said, "What'd you do?" "Nothing." My father gave me a beating.
Well,
it's a different generation. These kids are just some kids are just not fighters.
Nothing is going to bring her, bring her back.
It's sad.
The only thing we can do is try to help somebody else that this doesn't happen to them, and the more awareness we can bring out there for parents to, try as much as they can, to watch for the signs, and sometimes it's not always apparent, like you said, to see what's going on.
The stats right now is are one out of 5 teenagers will commit suicide, or at least try.
Right. So whatever little that we can do to try to help, and like you said, if we can help, save a few, then that's what we want to do.
So we want to thank you guys so much for coming out. We had a great time with you guys, and we're going to all do it again sometime.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Thank you. Okay.
Thanks, Diane. We love you, baby.
The show. Love you too. Bye.
Thank you, Diane.
Right, sweetheart.
Diane Fox.
Diane Fox. FOX.
And Diane and Mike, they are a great couple, and you can listen to them here on KLAV, because they're always, and of course, Wheels and Heels. Yep. And also, what?
Nothing. They're the only pair that could beat a royal flush.
Anyway, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael, and we're hoping that we're going to hear a very special recipe from Chef Michael as soon as we come back after a special message from our sponsors.
I want to talk about Alex Yanko. I want to talk about my buddy.
Santa Baby.
This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. I want to just read a little excerpt from this book. It's called "I Am Becoming the Woman I've Wanted." And, John, you're so funny. It says, "I am becoming the woman I've wanted grew out of my interest in looking at the ways in which our female physical attributes affect how we are in the world, how we see ourselves, how we act, how we interact with others, and how we are perceived by others, which in turn affects how we are." And this is written by, let's see, who's this written by? I don't have an author here, doesn't say. But it talks about, it's a collection of poems, and it says, "I hope to find, as Victoria Wilgoki observed of contemporary women poets who write about the body, a fierce and joyful reclaiming of what it is to be a woman in the landscape of a woman's body." And then over here it talks about a lot of us are at this time in our life, which is called middle age, menopause, and its accompanying hot flashes, soft bodies, wrinkles, is often welcomed and celebrated in the writings. And sexuality, along with the blossoming of creativity, comes into its own at midlife. The poems and stories about old age are often filled with a delightful sense of humor and a comfortable acceptance of the physical changes that come with being very old. There is a clear message of wanting to meet death on one's own terms while having the support of loved ones in that last life experience. This book has a lot of wonderful photos and a lot of wonderful poems in it. And what I love about it is that, as we're growing, and there's those old sayings about, wine becomes better as it gets older. And, 60 is the new 40.
Yeah, that's what Alex said.
80 is the new 40. 40 is the new 20. Well, I've got a birthday coming up in December, okay? And I'm celebrating the anniversary of my 20th or 30th or 40th birthday. I'm not sure which one. But I am going to be the big 60. And I said it on the air because Michael's been advertising it all over the place. But the bottom line is, when I was 40, I used to say, well, I'm not 30 anymore. And then when I was 50, I said, well, I'm not 40 anymore.
What's really funny, Sandy?
I don't know, but he's always interrupting me.
All right.
But go ahead. What is funny?
No,
go ahead. Now you started.
No, I'm always interrupting.
Go ahead.
I just want to say that I mention my age all the time, and there's a reason.
It's different.
But when somebody looks great and you do well, you know what I mean? Reality is reality. You cannot stop Father Time.
I know, but I was going to say something about that.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I have this program called Stay Fit and Fabulous Forever. And the idea is, when our parents and our grandparents were in their 50s, when they were in their 40s and their 50s and their 60s, whatever, a lot of them felt old. They felt old. They acted old. They were grandmothers and they acted like grandmothers. Our grandmothers now, my sister was a grandmother at 40 years old, okay? She was not old. She was still young. We've got grandmothers that are 60 now that are not old. We have women at 60 that are starting new careers. We have women that are in their 70s that are recreating themselves, that are starting to paint again, that are starting to sculpt again, that are starting to have a new business again. And what's happening is if you are passionate about something and you're not just going to sit around in front of the couch and just sit there and watch TV and veg, you are out there being passionate about life and doing something and living life passionately, then you are going to glow. And when you are glowing, you don't look old. You look fabulous. And so what we're doing is we're staying fit and fabulous forever. And it doesn't matter if you're 10 or 20 pounds heavier than what you were when you were 20 years old. And because you're out there, you're dressing for your look. Oh, look at who's on the phone, Dr. Perry. Hi, Dr. Perry. You're calling from Mazatlan. Hi.
How's everybody in Las Vegas?
Good. Are you listening in?
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at the ocean again.
Oh, you are. Are you enjoying the weather down there?
Oh, absolutely. It's been great.
Are you having an hour-and-a-half massage again today?
Yeah, at noon.
At noon?
At noon.
Is Diana sitting there with you?
Yeah. Want to talk to her?
Yeah. She got mad last time because, you called and she wasn't there on the phone with you.
Hey,
how you doing?
Sandy.
Hi.
I'm good. How are you? How's everybody in Las Vegas?
Good. You sound so relaxed.
I'm so relaxed you cannot believe. I'm laying on the couch right now, and they're looking out at the ocean. It's all cloudy here today, but it's cool, and the ocean is calm. It's quiet. It's awesome here right now.
How's the weather out there?
I'm enjoying it. Beautiful weather. Beautiful. It's just cloudy today, but the weather's beautiful.
When you coming back to Las Vegas, Diana?
Friday. Do you miss my little face?
Yes, we do.
Miss your biscottes. It's funny. I made. We had a big dinner, and what happened was that I made brajol. We had these two kids from Australia.
Yeah, we had lunch on Saturday. Nazi de Grasso's came over, and Jimmy Melodor was there, and I made an Italian. I made dinner, but lunch. Yeah.
So these kids says, why don't we go out? And I said, look, why don't you come over to the house and I'll cook for you. It was a spectacular time. But I got to tell you something. We really felt strange because you weren't there.
I know.
Doctor, we felt, like we were cheating on you. I said, they're having a great time. I says, Dr. Perry, he sent me a text. I said, how's the food out there, Doc? He said, it's great, Mike. But I can't wait to come home to taste the chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Pascal.
We miss being with you guys. We miss having, eating all that great food. It's great here. I mean, what can you do? Fresh shrimp every day. We watch the shrimp boats go out at night, and you see them dotted on the, out in the ocean at night, and it's just everything's really, really fresh.
Well, that's terrific. We're glad that you deserve a great time, and Dr. Perry's one of the best.
Thank you.
He's one of the greatest brain surgeons in the world.
Diana, I want to ask you a question. Question because I was just talking a little bit about, as we're growing older and we're enjoying our life more. What is the thing that you're enjoying most about life right now?
At my age, I just enjoy traveling and just being with my friends and family. That's That's key to
That's
everything. Just having wonderful friends and going out. I can't imagine. We have friends that are our age that just sit around all the time and do nothing and go nowhere and don't travel. It's like, holy cannoli, you guys are dying, but you don't know it. But we're always running around. We're always, Perry keeps me going. He's always planning a trip here, planning a trip there, and God bless him. Thank goodness, because he keeps me moving.
Well, when you get back...
And then you and Michael, you with your fit and fabulous, and Michael with the food, boy, you eating all that food, boy, you got to be fit and fabulous.
That's right.
So moving all the time.
So guess what we started, Diana? Guess what we started? We started juicing.
Oh, I love juicing. We bought a new juicer.
You did? What kind?
And, I don't know. Perry bought it.
Oh, good.
And it's fun to juice. We used to do that all the time.
Yeah, we juiced the brajol this morning and some meatballs. We threw it in there, and it was really strange.
and the escarole, with the meatballs.
Why do people depict Italian people that way? Why?
We had a patient one time that had TMJ surgery, and they completely wired her mouth shut.
Oh, yeah?
So everything she ate, she had to eat through a straw, and she was juicing meatballs and everything.
Oh, my gosh.
That girl, I gave her credit.
Well, a long time ago, I had to do that. I had some kind of, surgery on the teeth and stuff, and orthopedic, or what's that called? Oral surgery. And I pureed carrots and pureed spinach. That was really good, too. It was really wonderful.
It's like
it really was.
Baby food.
It is like eating baby food, but it was good. Yeah. So, but of course, we can't give up Chef Michael's cooking. So this way, we figure we'll combine, the juicing.
Thank you.
Yeah, the juicing with Chef Michael's food, so that we're getting all those nutrients from all the vegetables, plus his good cooking. So.
Well, we'll get back here quick, Di. We miss you.
Yeah, I ordered some pasta the other night, and this wasn't the same. It was they poured all this cream all over. It's like what the heck? No, it was horrible.
Well, I'm looking forward to getting you in the kitchen when you get back, and we want to do the cookies and the biscottis for Christmas, for the holidays, and for the TV show.
I told him my friend Elisa Fiorello texted me and said, I'd love to get together with you and make some Christmas cookies. Well, she's the one with the pizzelle press.
Yes, good.
And I said,
I need that iron.
You're going to be a part of it.
And then we can have her sing for us.
Oh my God!
She's a great singer. I know, I love her.
Yeah, so she said she might be. She doesn't know when, but she's going to be going on tour with Prince real soon. So
I know.
We're going to have to get her.
I know.
Get her real close.
We got to if we could get Frankie Shenta on too, that'd be great.
This Sunday's the 16th.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
They just gave him an award yesterday. Him and his brother Tony.
Oh.
Yeah, and. Lena Prima gave the award to them.
Was that on?
So they had some lunch.
Was that Saturday night?
It was in Vegas somewhere.
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
Well, I know Gary Anderson was performing Saturday night with a whole group of people, and we didn't get a chance to go because we were at the Gene Woods thing, racing for the bullying and stuff.
You know what? When we get back, I want to go do that. That sounds like too much fun.
Oh yeah, we got to get you and Dr. Perry.
Yeah, I'd give $100 to see Dr. Perry's fat ass in that thing. See if we can get him out of there.
Hey, listen, Ricky Cash and Aaron Phillips did it.
They did it.
Definitely you guys can do it.
We love you guys.
We got to get you guys to do it. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Yeah.
Anyway, the 16th
Well, listen, I'm going to give the phone to Perry.
Yeah, we got to let Perry talk about it.
Yeah, hurry up. Get Perry.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
We love you.
My little guy. Love you guys, too. We'll see you guys. Well, we'll see you guys Saturday. We get back on Friday.
Okay, we'll see you Saturday. Love you.
Yeah, I love you,
all
too.
Right,
everybody loves everybody.
Ciao.
I'm ragazza stasera.
Michael. Here's Perry.
Okay. Hi, Dr. Perry.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, Doc, cut the bullshit. Listen carefully. You're coming back to see us Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I got to cook Sunday. Because of my father-in-law, we missed a week, and I'll never hear the end of it.
That's right.
So what do you want me to make you, Doc, for Sunday?
What are you hunkering for?
Chicken Pascal.
You still unbelievable. Chicken Pascal. Yeah, okay. We'll have to do. I got to call the Grossos.
I'm glad you said that because he didn't make it last week, and I want that. That's
and
so good.
I think I got to call Lisa Grosso. And if she turns around and tells me she wants pasta la Grosso, I'm going to not invite her over. I'm so tired of cooking the same stuff.
Yeah, you made it for lunch the other day.
Yeah, you know what I like to make? I like to do also a chicken Romano. That's one thing I haven't made for everybody, and that's made. And here's my recipe. Since I haven't. Oh, we don't have time.
Can you hold on and come after the break?
Yeah, we need the break.
Listen, Dr. Perry, we're going to see you Sunday then, okay?
We'll see you Sunday.
Okay, unless we see you before, unless we see you Saturday.
Unless we see you Saturday or Friday or.
All right, give us a call when you get back, okay?
Thanks, Doc.
Okay.
We
All right, love you guys. Have fun.
Stop chasing your wife around, you dirty old man.
No, keep chasing her. All right, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael, and we're going to be right back, and I'm going to share with you where will you be 5 years from today.
To a platinum
Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. You know, my sister gave me this book called Where Will You Be 5 Years from Today, and it's just this little thin book. It's just, that's how big it is, and it's by Abraham Maslow, Maslow. And, you know, sometimes it's just nice to have little reference books, you know, that we can pull out and just read a little something out of, you know, every so often as a little reminder, just like it's nice to just take a little 20 minutes every now and then to take a little breather out of your crazy hectic day to slow down and take a little time for yourself. So I just opened this up to this page. It says, what will you do with your talents? Talent is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back. The things you are naturally good at are your gifts. If singing or dancing or math or music or leadership come easy to you, that's a gift. One of the marks of a gift is to have the courage to fulfill it. If it's easy for you to be a good dancer or singer or athlete, why not become a great one? List some of your natural gifts and talents. Decide you'll become great at one or more over the next 5 years. Now that's one simple little thing. And, you know, so sometimes we just need a little inspiration when we're sitting there and we're wondering, what do I want to do with my life? And last night was was one of those nights where I could not sleep. I kept waking up. I'd doze off for about an hour, and I'd wake up. I'd doze off for another hour, and I'd wake up. So I grabbed my book that I keep by the side of the bed, and I got my pencil, and I just wrote out some things, and I said, what do I want to do for the next 5 years? I did, because I guess I had it on my mind. I said, where do I want to go? Where do I want to live? What do I want to do with my life? And I guess I ask myself those things every so often. And, you know, I'm very fortunate because I have a wonderful man in my life, and he's standing right next to me. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
For all the wonderful things that he does for me.
Clean the house, do the laundry.
Cleans the house. He cooks for me. He cleans for me. And, you know, he inspires me. And I have to say, thank you,
my pleasure.
Chef Michael.
Thank you, sweetheart. I love
Otherwise known as the storm that can't be stopped. And I have to admit, at 4 o'clock in the morning, he's up doing things. And this morning you were up and you were making breakfast for our guests last night.
I went to the store.
Yes, I went to the store to get breakfast.
And I'm sure I'll have a house full of stuff.
And I
to
got
clean
up
when
and I made the juice. So it was nice. So thank you.
Real quick, Sandy, that was beautiful. Carl Grosso, I got to talk about Carl because
you do?
He wanted to go get a motorcycle.
Carl Grosso?
Yeah, he said about me about a booster. You know, he was busting my
He was going to get you a booster chair.
Booster chair for my motorcycle. But you know, it's funny. I wanted to buy him something.
Well, you were busting his chops.
I wanted to buy him something nice for Christmas, and I said, let me go buy him a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I went down to Harley Davidson. They said, well, Mr. Leonetti, is this for you? I said, no, it's for Carl Grosso. And what they showed me was a trike. The three-wheeler, you know, he says, because Carl's at the age now where there's no way he can get behind a fat boy. He couldn't, you know, his knees are going out. He said, but you could put him on, you know, this nice trike, you know, where he could sit comfortably, and it's got, you know, he don't need a helmet, and it goes real nice. And so I just want you to know. And then I said, no, I don't want to do that to the guy. So, Carl, you want to bust my, you know what, my cojones. because every time my engineer is ready to hit the button, because there's what is it, a 6 minute delay? 7-second delay. If I say something that's a little curse word I forget once in a while, and boom, he's right over to knock it over. But anyway, I only joke with you. We love you with all our heart and soul. You're a great sport, and I do want to thank you, Carl, Sandy, and I for teasing you all the time about being the billionaires and all that stuff, and and you're really a good kid. You and your wife are very, very nice people, and we thank you. And we're so blessed that you introduced us to Eddie and Sue and the Tanners.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And one thing I want to say real quick about Alex Yanko. There's a lot of builders in Las Vegas, Nevada, but I never seen a guy in my life that takes the time to go to help somebody and do
as much as he does.
And let me tell you the best way for me to say what kind of guy is he? In the movie, there was a movie done. Mr. Blandings built his dream house with Cary Grant.
Mr. Blanding.
Yeah, it was a
before my time.
It was a Cary Grant movie. Cary Grant movie where he bought it. Well, anyway, what happened is he gets this house and it was a money pit, and he's just forking out money constantly. And the guy had to do a well, and all of a sudden, the guy knocks on the door, and the man says, "Well, Mr. Blandings, I have to tell you something. Well, what do you want from me now? Here's the last few dollars that I have in my pocket. Why, you might as well take that too," because they were nailing him. And he says, "No, sir, I'm giving you some money back. You paid me $1.35 over, and I'm giving your money back."
And Alex.
That's how Alex Yanko is. He's a type of a guy.
Yeah.
He can lay you away if he wants to. He won't do that. Do yourself a favor, folks. If you got some repair, I'm telling you, you need to call this man because the work that he does is unsurpassed, especially in Las Vegas. And I rest my case.
Well, he told us about a situation where the bank actually wrote him 2 checks, and he actually took it back to the
That was Priscilla Presley.
Oh, I wasn't going to say who, but
all right.
But now you know. So he actually took it back to her, and she said to him, she said, most people wouldn't do that. They would
they'd cash it.
And so I want to just share here's another book. It's called Creating True Prosperity. And prosperity is not just about money. It's about other aspects in our lives.
You hearing
and
that,
this
Carl?
is by Shakti Gawan. And it's a
Shakti Gawan.
It's a workbook. And this section is about healing and growth.
Yeah.
And it talks about how there are 4 aspects, 4 levels of human life: spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical.
Oh, yeah.
And this particular part is about assessing the 4 levels. And on the mental side, it says this, and I just want to say, are you satisfied with your intellect? Can you think and express yourself clearly? Do you have a belief system that suggests and works for you? Are you open to new ideas without being overly impressionable? Do you have anything that's blocking you from mental clarity or development? Do you resist examining your belief systems or entertaining new ideas? What steps could you take to enhance the mental aspect of your life? These are just a few things, and I'm just sharing these with you because there's so many little books out there that are just nice little things that we can look at sometimes to help us in our life, in our relationships, to make our relationships better, and to share with our loved ones and our friends and our extended family. And we just want to say thank you to all of our friends and family out there. And if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Thank you. Tune in to YouTube this afternoon and see us on John Stiles is going to post us, and we'll see you tomorrow morning here on KLAV, and we've got some very special guests tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.
I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken.